Hello, YouTube. Anybody here? Anybody here? Seen our old friend Diddy? Can y'all tell me where he's gone? He abused a lot of women and he did a little good. I just looked around, now he's gone, 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 go. Anybody here seen our old friend Diddy? How y'all doing? Hi, Curl, baby. Kimberly W, Crystal. I said it was going to be 3 to 7 years. You got it on the nose then, right dead in the middle. Hi, Torre, New York City. Ain't see you in a minute. Hello, good to see you. Scorpio. Well, I mean, we've been watching this thing for the last couple of years, right? I mean, of course, we want to have reaction to what happened. Was it fair? I think it pretty much was. I mean, they always tell you what he was facing, right? Or what the prosecution was, what the prosecution is asking for. They're asking for the maximum. That's what they do automatically. So he wasn't going to get the maximum. And I think the minimum was probably around 3 years. The judge said, well, 50 months. That's 4 years, a little over 4 years, but he'll be out. He got a year in already. Plus the Fed. I always thought the Fed, you have to do all your time, but no, people are saying you have to do 85%. So he gets some more knocked off for that. I don't think you get any credit for working or anything in there. But yeah, this is good news for him. After you have that hanging over your head for 2 years, plus he done paid out millions and millions and millions. You remember he started out paying out Cassie $20 million. So I think Cassie is the big winner. But he also lost all of his contracts with all these companies and these Ciroc alcohol and the perfume and fashions. He's got to start all that over again, right? You can't just walk out on your business, be gone for 4 years, or he'll be gone about 2 years. 2 years without it affecting your business. They all left him while he was still being tried, while he was still in jail. So now he can finally lay down, go to sleep. I've been there before, and after the judge gives you your time, honey, you can just forget about it. Go ahead and lay down, go to the weight pal in the morning, whatever you want to do. You want to buy you some hot meat off the out of the kitchen, whatever, get comfortable. But it is a weight off of you, correct? He's lost a lot of money. He's lost his homes. He done, messed up the family. But I think the judge did an okay job. At first, I said no. I said, no, y'all hanging that man over a simple charge that he brought people across state lines for prostitution. My understanding of that law is when a pimp or an abuser takes a woman across state lines to sell her into prostitution, right? And if that would be transporting across state lines for the purposes of prostitution. This happens in that world all the time, honey. These pimps, they get these young girls, and then they immediately want to get them away from their home. So they won't be going home, and they won't be calling no uncles to come and kick their ass, right? No family members. They like to move them around. So they'll take them to Vegas, and they'll prostitute. The girl don't even hardly know where she's at. That's what I assume that law is for. But the judge said he wanted to make an example of Diddy. He needs to make an example of Donald Trump. I know every conversation shouldn't segue into him, but look at what we're exposed to. Donald Trump, he gets convicted of 34 felonies, and they voting to be the president. Donald Trump, I mean, they trying to catch Diddy in lies, but Donald Trump, meanwhile, can make thousands of lies. Right? So that's the big case I'm waiting for. How you doing, Soul Sister #1 show? How you doing? You guys are awesome. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, don't forget the Cash App. Don't forget the Cash App. And the likes, hit the like button. Okay, so far only 8 likes. But 28 listening. We need more likes, baby. Get us in the algorithm. So it feels a little anticlimactic. But just people weren't watching or paying attention as much as when the case first went down, or all we went through last year, right? But he can do a couple of years. It ain't gonna kill him, honey. I've done that much time my own self, right? After you get your time, you relax. I remember when they used to put me in the back of the police car, honey. All the tension, all the street, all the people who owed me money, all the people I owed money, right? All of the street shit just left. And you know what I did? I fell asleep. No matter how high I was on drugs, honey, I fell asleep. It's over. Yes, it's over. Plus, this don't do no harm to his reputation at all. Because in that rap world, this is what they call street cred. Couple of years, he can do that stand on his head. So this makes him even more popular in certain worlds, certain circles, honey. Everybody done been to prison. You ain't never been down? You ain't did no time? No, well, whatever. I would hope that he's not going to seek revenge in any way or have any contact with any of these people who helped to convict him. He would just let it go and go on about his life. Whether he can make it in the same businesses, he got to climb all the way back up, and he's about 50 years old, right? How old is Puff Daddy? Anybody know? Hey, Siri. How old is P. Diddy?
Sean Combs is 55 years old.
55. Yeah, he has time to build it up again. I'm sure some things were left in place. Some monies were hidden, but he suffered. I mean, I met a lot of people say, well, it's not about money. It's not about money. No, but when you start talking about dropping millions of dollars over the course of a year and you're locked up and can't do nothing about it, it's pretty significant. So he's suffered not only from the jail time and the time he's going to do, but he's taken some major losses in his businesses. Shit, everybody in the damn business, they probably all been to prison. That ain't no big thing to them. So I don't know how much he could keep going from prison. They say the gangsters used to run their organizations from behind bars. I mean, federal time is pretty easy time. It's pretty lax. They got tennis courts and all kinds of ways to stay in shape, big screen TVs, and you can have a TV in your cell. You can get comfortable there. It only stings at first. He's lost tens of millions. That's hurting. That's going. Well, if it's not hurting him now, it's going to definitely when the impact hits when he gets out and realize he no longer has none of his Rolls Royces, honey. Yeah, that's an even harder lick than doing a little time. He probably needed a little time, right? One good thing about prison is when you get out, with a few exceptions, you are clean and sober, right? You haven't had no drugs in a couple of years. Now there are some hardcore junkies they have ways of sneaking drugs in prison, but it's rare. It's rare, and you're not getting it like you got it on the street. So let's assume that he will be clean and sober when he gets out of there. He'll have a clearer head to start off with. Unfortunately, violence is the kind of thing that you don't always have control of. Somebody says something and you just snap, start punching people. Let's hope he leaves some of that behind. But I didn't want to see him getting, well, the 11 years, they always tell you whatever the maximum you can get, honey. That wasn't going to happen. My neighbor did 10 years fed time. He's back now. He did 10 years. That's that hard. I did 3. No, did I do 3 really? I got sentenced to 3. and did I think I did about 2 on the 3. If he got state time, he could have got halftime. He'd been out next month. But unfortunately, he's doing federal time because he was transporting people across state lines, but he was paying the prostitutes. It wasn't like he was selling the prostitutes. That's where I had my dilemma. But this man said he want to make an example of him. Why you want to make an example of the black man, and you got this fool running the White House, child, that's committing crimes, felonies every other fucking day, and was even wise enough to stack the Supreme Court so he would never be charged with anything. That's got to be the big case. Mm-hmm. Well, they used to say that they were saying that, remember when he first started, they were saying that Diddy was gay. He had gay lovers and he wanted them men for himself and all that. Funny, but when the case actually came to court, there was no mention of no men. It was all about the women. And even Judge, although I think you were probably fair, you still sentenced him on what we saw on that damn tape. That's why he was so desperate to get the tape from Cassie in a hotel, right? Because he was still basically sentenced for the way he was treating women, not because he took them to Las Vegas or took them to Los Angeles. That wasn't really it. That's what they used, right? So I don't have a lot of sympathy for abusers. But I know anybody, he was heavily into drugs. So I know anybody can get off drugs. I am certainly living proof of that. Ain't no desire at all. It doesn't feel like that when you're in it. But you come out of prison, you've been gone a couple of years, and you can see things differently. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. It was a tape. That's what he was sentenced. He was sentenced for what he did to Cassie in that goddamn tape. I don't know how long was the tape, 3 minutes, whatever it was enough to show us who he was. And the reason, I mean, the judge basically even said that you're violent towards women, right? Taking them across straight lines. That wasn't the violent part. He's talking about them damn tape, that tape and those testimonies. And the way he did it, I mean, running around in the hallway naked, this is not a first time thing, right? And we would hope that girl Kim Porter, I mean, that case wasn't really investigated, I don't think, thoroughly. But we don't know. It was enough 4 years. Yeah, 4 years seems fair to me. I'm not anybody's judge, but I got 3 years for shoplifting. Mm-hmm. They said he was in court and crying. The family was there. That's sincere. I mean, everybody wants to be with their family, right? We don't sentence people to life sentences because they fucked up somewhere along the line. And perhaps he's an older person now. There is a such thing as maturity. When you realize, if I punch this woman in the face, I'm taking my ass back to jail, and it won't be for no 4 years. Maybe he'll have that kind of sense now. Assault is assault. The love heart. Cassie got the 20 million, baby. That was a smooth move there. She got the million and still prosecuted his ass. Well, you did wrong, boy. I mean, he should just accept that. They said he was very sincere in the court. He apologized to her. He apologized to all victims of domestic violence. He apologized and he was basically begging for his freedom, which most people do when they come down to dealing with the judge and a long time in prison, right? But I think it was sincere. You have a lot of time to think when you're in prison. When you're in prison with a clear head and you ain't got no power, then you mopping floors like everybody else, you have a lot of time to think. And maybe that's what Puff Daddy needed to get back on track, right? Or maybe playing the billionaire was just too much for him, honey. And he got all caught up in all this sex stuff, sex. You would think he would be busy running his businesses since he had so many involvements. But no, he had more time for sex than anything else. That's drug addiction. You just get hooked on it. You get hooked on the dope and you get hooked on the sex. I don't think the sex was about anybody but him. Right? Everybody was there to please him. What y'all think? We watched it all. We've been watching it for what, over a year? But his history has been gone a lot. He's been running wild a long time. He's gotten away with a lot for his entire life. And it just doesn't stop with taking somebody across straight line, calling somebody up, telling them to come to LA, whatever, all expenses paid. That's the crime. No, he's done a lot worse than that. So but you consider that now all of that is done. He's through with 4 years. I think it was a good deal for him. No telling what he's paid these lawyers. No telling, honey. TLCN3. My husband can't even raise his voice at me, much less a hand to me. Well, you got a good man, honey. All of them ain't like that. Sometimes they be showing all these celebrities with these men's on YouTube. First thing I look at is the expression on her face. Is this woman being abused? That comes from my own background, where my mama had bumped into one of them when I was 3 years old, and I always look for that look. When I see a couple, does she smile? Are they happy together? And if they're happy together, that's great. Yeah, you need to test these motherfuckers, honey. Test them, make them mad, honey, and see when he's at his worst, will he put his hands on me? That's what you need to know before you get involved in these long-term relationships and these marriages, honey. Don't marry him and then find out that he's a fucking boxer after. Yes, the brands and companies left him. Yeah, everybody left him, I think. Did he sell that house in LA? He had that big old glamorous ass. How you would say, well, girl, how do you have time for all this humping and bumping? Child, you would think if you're trying to maintain all this in Florida and maintain all this in LA and maintain all this in New York City, when you have time to be laying around on the floor getting high. That's what drug addiction is. His story is really a story of addiction and too much money. He had just had too much. He didn't know what to do with it. R. Kelly got 30. Okay, he didn't get that. Well, R. Kelly was a child molester. Diddy's charges didn't involve children, right? R. Kelly did some real strange. R. Kelly got what he deserved, I guess. He got 30 years. Nita. I couldn't even watch. I hate these stories about these. I know we got to see what's going on in the world. These stories about children and stuff. I just can't take. I can't deal with it. Even with Dateline, when they all the people murdering kids and all this kind of stuff, I don't have a stomach for it. Right. Leave the first time they put, honey, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. I just don't understand that. You let some dude done jumped on you, knocked your damn front tooth out, and then you go out, you want to marry him? I mean, a lot of times people feel like, especially with these rich dudes, these rich men, they're coming up by hooking up with them, but not if it's going to be a life of misery, right? You deserve to be loved, honey, and you want to love somebody. You want to have love in your house to examine for your children, right? So money is not everything. Freaky man do wild thing. Yes, all day the freak of the week. He really got involved in that shit. All that stuff and all the baby oil and Lord have mercy. You got drugged through the ringer, brother. Mm-hmm. He even had that mean eye. He can switch it off. But sometimes you can see his face. I can well imagine. And then all these rappers that had encounters with his business. Which one was he? Bad Boy Records? He gonna be sober when he get out, baby. He needs to have his ass. Go immediately to therapy, honey, and learn some tricks about anger management, how to hold your hands, what to do. I think they have you get so mad you want to break something, honey. Take a walk. Just keep walking. Keep walking till that ass is cooled down. Mm-hmm. Get over the idea that everybody's got to do what you want. So because you got money. Although we all know that you ain't got to have money to be an abuser. You just are an abuser. Soon he'll be running for president. Lord have mercy. We did it twice. Of course, Trump needs jail time. He committed, honey, 34 felonies, whatever the felonies were. This thing here could be classified as bullshit just because he didn't bring them over to abuse them or sell them or anything. It wasn't like sex trafficking. He was bringing them over for his own use. He was paying them. Correct? That ain't no what Donald Trump was doing. 34 felonies and immediately leave the courthouse and go and run a campaign to run for president. And then they put you in office. They just ignore all this shit just because you're a fucking bigot. Like these Mexican people was bothering everybody. They weren't. They were just a ploy they could use to get in the White House. Now they done shut the goddamn White House down. They done shut the government down. And Trump trying to pretend, oh, look what the Democrats did. Look what they get. We sat here and watched Donald Trump. You told all them Republicans not to speak to no Democrats. That's supposed to be what you're doing since you are the president. Correct? You're supposed to be on the phone night and day, honey, until you get enough people to agree to keep the government open. Is that what you do, Donald Trump? No, you do the absolute opposite. And it's not your first time. You did this in your first. Did he do it twice in his first time? Close down the government? He don't give a fuck about no damn government. Now he gonna go and talk about he gonna fire all the Democrats. They gonna suffer. They gonna suffer. If they don't open it up, they're gonna suffer. It's gonna hurt them. So he's threatening to just take people's jobs, like their jobs never meant anything, right? They were just federal agents walking around the building being federal agents. No, we need them. That's why they're there. Jail too good for him. I would ship him to shit the whole country. Lord have mercy. Soul sister not with all that old violent shit, honey. Jail's too good for him. You can be comfortable in jail. If he got any bisexual urges, he can find him a boyfriend. They do it, honey. Some of them that don't even know they got no homosexual urges. You let them years start stacking up, honey. Particularly somebody who's extremely sexual, right? There's a whole lot of them in there doing some unseemly things with means. Of course, he still has. I mean, he has the maximum of whatever you can have in. I don't know what you can have in the Fed, but he ain't gonna be doing too bad. They have ways of stealing food out of the commissary and have people cook it up for them. There's all kind of ways to get over in there. To be comfortable. You could have your own radio, your own TV. And you still be a young man when you get out. There's not much difference between 55 and 57. But he got a lot. I don't know what his financial situation is, but he got a lot of work to do when he gets out of there. I know that. Right. The mansions, the things that he was living in, is probably what, $60,000, $70,000 a month. You can just walk away from that and think it's going to still be there. I thought he was trying to. Did anybody know that he tried? Did he sell that house in LA? He had it on the market for $70 million. They were offering him a lot less than that. They said it wasn't worth that. We can assume that some of his family lives in those places, but I don't think they're bringing in any money. That's why some they stay, I believe. You sure he already has him a boyfriend, little something on the side? Bet you got a bitch on the side, chick. I know it, chick. I know he got himself a lover. I hope by then. Some of them women abusers, honey, are angry. I mean, they got internal things going on, and they don't treat the men like that. They treat them differently. Somebody slipped the stories out. Didn't Tasha K get in trouble because the jailman? No, that was R. Kelly. Some of the employees were giving her information about R. Kelly when he was in jail. He was too rich. I never seen a mention like that. Ain't that something? They said he was pressing on $1 billion, but they start chipping that away when he was still on the street. That's why he rushed to get that woman in $20 million. Tried to stop it, didn't work. Maybe you should have gave her more money. Or that hotel, I think went out of business. But somebody leaked that damn thing to CNN, and that was the end for him. And he knew it. How can you live when you know you're a monster? Everybody's not cut out for relationships, honey, right? Just be single. Concentrate on your business. You're going to have plenty of it to work on when you get out. He got boys, though. He'll be trying to give them instructions and so forth on how to run it. I just saw a movie last night. It starred Denzel Washington. And what's that other black guy named? A black guy. I think he's half Puerto Rican. Anyway, it was about a mogul, a rap mogul, and they kidnapped his son, and they kidnapped the wrong son. It was actually that other guy's son, right? It was kind of good. It was kind of, I liked it. Remember, allegedly Kim Porter died mysteriously. Ain't that something? And that dude, oh, what's his name? That got paralyzed from being poisoned. What's his name? Jesus, 55 is old when trying to pick up. 55 is old. Not when you got the few of the millions left, honey. They want zooms and whams in prison, child. Ooh, I'm gonna get you an extra case of soup. That used to kill me about prison. Soups only cost $0.25, right? But that's the revenue. You gamble for soups, I'll be sure. Yes, you fucked them up. And he might not want to talk about it a whole lot, but Diddy's done a lot of shit. 55, baby. If you 55, girl, if you got the millions and all that fame and stuff, child, it's like they see you as 22. And it ain't only the gays that do that. Well, it's a good thing that at least it's over with, child. They rode that car till the wheels fell off, honey. And you see what Trump doing in the news lately. What Crystal, when is you said, Uncle Tim, you see what Trump is doing in the news lately? Child, has it changed again? He got 3 and 4 times. He got 3 and 4 stories every day, child. By the time I finish this video right here, he will have done something else, or something else will be uncovered with Trump. But now you sparked my curiosity. Let's see if there's any breaking news. He's running the presidency like it's a reality show. Let me see. Newsom just confirmed Trump's stroke. Uh-oh. Newsom just confirmed Trump's stroke. Uh-oh. They're saying he had a stroke. You know they're wishing death on that dude. I mean, they may not say it out loud, but they are. Let me see. Trump's war all call runs into generals. Silent brick wall. We don't hear nothing about what happened to the Great Wall that we spent billions of dollars on, child. And gonna keep it. Did they stop building the wall? Pushback drives Trump regime crazy. Let me see. Let me see. Insider speak. Do y'all watch that girl? Those girls. I've had it. I like them. New evidence on Epstein. Okay, I don't see one. There's Hamas agrees to. Child, we had to turn the United States government into a goddamn reality show. They got us so glued. We'd spend so many hours watching what the hell Trump done did every single day. And he does something every single day, honey. Highest two, lowest. Did y'all watch my interview? There was a lady who interviewed me. Her show is called Gaslit. Gaslit News is the lady's name. I put the link in my last one. She did an hour-long video with me. The whole world is falling apart. I don't see how them people, the Republicans, I just don't see. I mean, why would you accept this? Those people, those white folks all through the Midwest, they not getting nothing from this. Nothing. What is the fascination with Donald Trump? Because he comes on stage and makes a few jokes and talks about people, right? One stupid plan after another. And they just love it. Maybe when he leaves office, he's going to become a cult leader. He could. That could be his next business venture. Pay $1 million and you can join our church. Playing God. But not be playing with God. He knows how to fix it. He knows how to do what we can't do. He stopped the wall. Well, he says there's 0 people cross the border now. Of course, everything, and you can't believe, that's pitiful. You can't believe anything that comes out of Trump or anybody in his White House. You can't believe it. It's all lies. It makes no sense to watch it. I never watch him. Turn the channel. We'll go to the news program and see what he said later on. You can't go to CNN no more. They got that fucking jackass on there. They feel like they gotta come and tell all his lies. Let's hear him spin it to his direction for we're fair and balanced. That ain't fair and balanced. If you know the motherfucker's lying, don't let him on your damn channel lying. They ain't gonna tell the truth. Why you got him on there? All about money. Money, money, money. Trump will free Diddy. He better hurry up. He'll be out in less than 2 years. Yeah, definitely less than 2 years. That ain't no time, child. And what the Democrats are asking for is to bring back the funding for Medicaid, and the Republicans are against that. Ain't that a bitch? That is insane. Well, that's what they fought against the whole time that Obama was in office. Remember, he had to fight tooth and nail to get health care for all the people that they're going to drop off health care. Those are the people that Obama got health care for, right? The fight is not that old. Trump tried everything in his playbook, everything he could do to overturn Obamacare. He did everything, and the judges say, no. Why do we want to take health care from people? What does Trump give a fuck? He don't really care about American people. He just cares about himself. So what's in it for him? I finally overturned it. I knew a way to get rid of it. I know a way. He doesn't have the capacity to understand our pain, your pain. I mean, it just doesn't occur to him. He's a sociopath. And what are the Democrats asking for? Not very much. They're just saying extend the funds that are already in place. They just said don't cut it off. Trump ain't got no, he don't want to cut off them goddamn Republican tax cuts. And he wants to do, and before he take it back, he wants to add more to it. In the immortal words of William McRae. He wants to add more to it. Like they need more money. I just don't understand these greedy ass people, child. You got billions and billions. Musk got $400 billion. What the fuck you need more money for? So what, you give him a few dollars? That's what this country has become. I've lived to see it. It started out with us having a black president. They couldn't deal with it. So Trump was the opposite. He was a bigot. Let's get him in office. Take back our country. We're not going to have a country. He just seems to think like he owns this place now and that we are not Americans. We're just as much Americans as he is. My people have paid the price to be here. A horrible price. Correct? How he going to just come up, take over the government like it's a toy? I wake up every morning to see if he's still among us. It's bad, TLC and 3, but you ain't the only one, honey. And hanging God's name on all that bullshit, child. Come on, man. That's the most immoral person we've ever had in politics. I'm a Jesus lover. I believe in Jesus. Well, I don't see anything that Trump does, honey, that would meet the approval of Jesus, our Christ. Period, honey. You love your neighbor. You love your neighbor, really, Trump? And where is the 17 trillion Trump claims he bought in? He bought in $1, honey. The Fed ain't seen a dime. How's it going to come in, Trump? So we want to see the bills. Stack them all up on your desk, honey. Can you get? Well, you have to use the whole goddamn White House. Stack them up all in. Let us see the trillions, right? Because ain't nobody seen no money, honey. And nobody claims that they are adhering. People are doing business with each other now. All these countries are doing business with each other. They said we did need America. We had a good business. American friends they were running good. Everybody was running good till you brought your ass in here and you want your cut. Like America, that is your money. So probably, no, more than likely, a good part of it is your money or your family or somebody you made promises to in Mar-a-Lago. The rich people who got the corporations. Wait a minute. The rich people who own the corporations got the trillions. Mm-hmm. He was constantly having them in Mar-a-Lago when he was running for president. He got a lot of help. He got more than Elon Musk too, honey. Musk thought he had it going on. He was going to have all electric cars in America, child. Trump said that's a dumb idea after he got his ass in office. That's how he does all of them. I don't know how any of them think he's going to be loyal to them. Trump is talking to rich people, not us. Well, he probably doesn't even consider us people. He definitely doesn't consider immigrants people. He doesn't treat them like humans. He has the same TVs and computers that we have. So he sees what the goddamn ICE agents are doing to people. He sees them dragging people down the street. He sees them throwing women against walls. He sees all that and he approves of it. He's giving them $47 bonuses. Is that per Mexican? That just gives them motivation to go slamming people around. They're desperate for that money. Now you got all the ICE agents. They're chasing money because he done told them he gonna give them 47. What is the 47,000 for Trump? Is that per Mexican? Is what I want to know. The bonuses. Not only you done triple their force, now you're giving them bonuses. That tells them, okay, I don't mind going kicking somebody's door in for $47,000. Mm-hmm. Hi, Jesus Hernandez. You never will break it down for me, Jesus or Jesus. I want to know because I meet lots of people, and I want to know how to pronounce their name. If I can learn it. 17 trillion. Child, you know how much $1 trillion is? They're only supposed to be trying to cut 1 trillion. You know, so you got 17 times as much at the same time that you just ended. How many wars did you end, Donald Trump, with nobody else's knowledge? And then he has no problem killing people. How in the fuck you gonna go over there to Venezuela some damn where, child, and just start killing? That's murder, isn't it? If they haven't been to any trial or anything, child, they haven't even been arrested. You just go drop a bomb and murder them, everybody on the damn boat. Some of them people are saying that my husband was a fisherman. They in another country. How are you investigating them? Would you stop, baby? Everybody's scared of Trump. He ain't got no problem murdering people. He ain't had no problem starving all those people when he removed American aid to the world. All he got to do is turn the TV on. He can see them people over there starving to death. And he pulls all the aid from America. We can't do nothing to help nobody. We just want to come here and paint everything gold, honey. Mm-hmm. They say this damn ballroom. Now how you going to build a ballroom bigger than the White House? Now, who in the hell has a house and the ballroom is bigger than the whole goddamn house? Right? For who? For your rich friends going to have parties in there? Aren't they, but they're satisfied having parties in Mar-a-Lago? That's where you were meeting them at, right? Didn't Elon Musk move into Mar-a-Lago? Got a place there, right? He thinks the White House is his, even though he knows they're only going to be there 3 more years. Gives the farmers some of the money out of the after he done wrecked after Trump has done wrecked their farms and sent them into foreclosure. So now he's gonna give them a little money. Yeah, I'm gonna bail you out, help you out. Why I gotta be helped out? I'd rather work my farm, right? All the crops that we were able to collect before you did a raid and took all of my employees away, all that rotted. It just rotted, Trump. The very least we could have done is send it out to the aid place, whatever it's called. At least somebody would aid off of it, Donald Trump. Greco, oh Lord, my troll is back. How you doing, troll? Mm-hmm. Miss you, Justin. Ooh, I'm missing you. Tell me where the road turns. Mm-hmm. I'm good. You sound good and healthy. Why are you being nice tonight, troll? Team Thais Jackson troll. Why are you being nice? What are you up to? My moderators must have handled your ass. Missing you. Tell me where the road turns. Y'all get Lionel Richie's book? Lionel Richie's out promoting his book. He's gonna tell the story, tell it how it is, how T.I. is. Now he was one of my favorites back in the day. Oh, and I found that material things I thought had so much value. Oh, girl, didn't have any value at all. Then I was a lonely man. A man with no direction. A man with no purpose. No one to love and no one to love me for me. Oh, girl, then you came into my life. You made my jagged edges smooth. You made my direction so clear. I want to say, child, why don't you take my hand? Oh, we'll live in love together, yeah. Take my hand. Girl, we'll be alone, you and me. We'll spend our lives together, all together, all just to be close to you. It had to be a good song to remember it for 50 years, honey. That had to be a good song, baby. To make love, to be loved by your baby, to have your warm body close to mine. And for some folks, it takes a lifetime. Sure. Girl, I know our love will stand the test of time. Here we go, off and running. Jesus. Off and running. Did y'all ever watch this movie called Sordid Lives? Oh my God, I think it's so funny. I go back, I just like the first scenes in that movie. Sordid Lives. It's on Amazon Prime now. You can get it. It might even be on Netflix too. But that little guy, what's his name? Leslie Jordan. That's what I was watching last night. And my Denzel movie too. Please hit the like button, people. It helps our algorithm. Let's see. Team Tyrese Jackson, dude, you up to something? Oh, you sound good. You sound good and healthy. So that's like a layup before you knock me upside my head, right? A man could be nice for no reason. Oh, that's true. This is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a troll in the chat. Man, make the car. What I used to like about James Brown and his game, sometimes his whole song wouldn't say nothing about, ow, I got it. Hey, you made me love you. You gave me fever and a cold sweat. You give me fever. Oh, and they got good music in that Denzel movie too. They were playing James Brown. I guess they got to pay for the track. About pay the cost to be the boss. James Brown, he did a couple of soundtracks. I forget the song now. He did a couple of soundtracks. He had one beautiful one I still remember 60 years later. Mama's dead. Boom, boom. Her troubles are over. The pain is gone. I wish I could have made her proud to call me son, 'cause I loved her more than she knew. No one to cry, no one to sit by the bedside, no one to come in and pull the cover over my head at night. No one to say, son, everything will be all right. My mama's dead. No one to stop me when When I go too far, I miss her much more than I show. I miss her. Boom, boom, ba-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, I'm gonna try to control my singing. Uncle Sam, you need to hear the story. Bootsy Collins. What you know about Bootsy? You too young to know about Bootsy Collins. Say it again. Bootsy. What did Bootsy? He had some big songs too. What was Bootsy Collins' song? He is still dressing like Bootsy Collins. He still got his big old hat on with all the bejewels all over it, and the big Bootsy Collins glasses with stars in them, child. That is his stick, and he's sticking to it. Uncle Sam, you need to hear the story Bootsy Collins told about James Brown drinking a cup of LSD right before the show. Woo! He didn't know. He didn't know what he drank. Oh shit! He could send somebody to jail. A whole cup of LSD. Ooh, I've done that before myself, child. I've done that, honey, one time. I love it. We had broken up. This is my first love. We was both 20 years old. And we broke up. He moved to San Francisco. When he came back, the night he came back, he had all this acid. San Francisco was big on acid in them days. All this acid, right? So he said, I'm going to make us a cup of tea. He put the acid in the tea. You would assume that there's one hit of acid that's dissolved in hot tea, correct? Honey, I drank that tea and I got to the bottom of it. It was like 6 or 7 pills. He had given me 6 or 7 hits of acid. Almost immediately. I knew I was in trouble, honey. We took acid, regularly, but never more than 1 tab of it. 6 or 7 tabs of acid. Everything started turning into snakes. The whole room was snake. You see all these motherfuckers that are in here, honey, they would have come alive, girl, and they would have turned to snakes. That was horrible. That's the worst trip I ever had. So I don't know if he was trying to murder me or what, but his ass was moving out the next day when I came down. Yes, Bootsy Collins was his bassist. Oh, I remember that. At the time. It is on YouTube. It's animated. And Bootsy Collins is doing the narration. Really? What's it called, Justin? How do you find the video? You should have sued him. Yeah, we were broken them days. But he had to go. But he was so strung out on acid. We broke up. He came here for a month. Right. We were already drug addicts. I think the big drug then this is before meth. This was like MDA. So we were already strung out on drugs. But after that trip, I couldn't trust him. I couldn't go to sleep in that house. TLC, the story is on YouTube. It is animated. Bootsy Collins does the narration. Justin, we're waiting for you to show us that. Hey, Siri. Show me the cart. Hey, Siri. Show me the cartoon of Bootsy Collins and James Brown.
I found this on the web for Show Me the Cartoon of Bootsy Collins. Check it out.
Well, there it is. P-Funk. The name is Bootsy Baby. Is it the one called The Name is Bootsy Baby? 1996? Well, that's a good place to start. She didn't catch the part where I was supposed to add James Brown name to. They all coming out with their stories now. They say that Lionel Richie got a whole book of it. You live and then you're right. I ain't got no problem with it. A lot of stuff, so much stuff is electronic now, though. You can get the stories on YouTube. You can get everything on YouTube, it seems like. Tales from the Tour Bus. Oh, Orange Sunshine. Tales from the Tour Bus. Y'all get that? Tales from the Tour Bus. Tales from Tour Bus. Lord. How did that man ever perform? Although James Brown, honey, them legs of his, he probably was tripping. It's sad about what happened to him. But I mean, his musical career was over anyway. But didn't he go to prison? How long did James Brown go to prison? Hey, Siri, how long did James Brown go to prison?
He was sentenced to 6 years in prison. He was released on parole on February 27, 1991, after serving 2 years of his sentence.
Oh.
This answer is from Wikipedia.
Oh. So if he was sentenced to 6 years, that ought to give P. Diddy hope, because he was sentenced to 6 and only did 2. Maybe he had state time. State time, you get halftime. When you work in the furniture factory. We'll check it out. What else is going on, people? Let me check the perimeter. You know how we like to do it. Okay, somebody else is reporting on Newsom just confirmed Trump's stroke. And would explain a lot. He'll stay in office, though. He don't give a fuck. That dude, he does not care about us, Sonny. It must be a damn shame to be that obsessed with money. That's all he's in there for. That ain't done but a great job. Diddy in court watched the bizarre video lawyer shit showed to the judge instead of 50. Okay. All right, so they all talking about Diddy. They're showing videos, the videos he showed to get sympathy from the judge. The judge said, I do understand that you are a father and all that, but that doesn't excuse what you did with the women. So he has sentenced them about what he did to them women, which is not anything to do with him transporting prostitutes. Okay. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know. Whatever, it happened. It's done. A little cool off time is all it is. All right. Thank y'all for coming in today, wonderful people. Love Bootsy. Oh, Bootsy. What was Bootsy's song, Soul Sister? He had a big hit. I know it wouldn't just say Bootsy. Let me hear y'all louder. Bootsy. Take all of me. Why not take all of me? Something like that. There's a worm in the ground, but he only comes out when he wants to get down. I think that was Oh How Players. I believe that was Oh How Players, honey. Sweet love. Don't y'all get me to singing. I won't be able to leave. I just want to be. I want to be with you. Who? Yeah. Girl, I want to be with you. Is that it? I want to be with you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Okay. Big story today. Well, we got 6 or 7 Donald Trump stories. When you get through with that, Diddy's out. Later, people.